Welcome to the Whitetail Legacy Podcast.
And we get the back view of him, and I mean, it's just a mega.
52 yards is a long shot. Magnum PI, what we named him. No idea.
Just a magnum.
Yeah, just a magnum.
Come on cam last year, we said probably 150, mid 150.
Yeah.
Same doe from the morning come out with that 9-pointer.
Here steps out this 90-inch 8-pointer. You're like,
I'm like, okay, well, there's still a buck back there grunting.
Yeah.
And then out steps like another 90-inch 8-pointer. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, deer right there.
Yeah, like
and he's already
yards.
30 yards.
Yeah.
He was literally 5 yards from the base of the tree. Could have been, had a buck down at 1:40 in the afternoon, back there deep on public. 3 does come out pretty early. It was like 245, 24-yard shot, sent the combat veteran, and I tell you what, man, dude, it just smoked. We always get so jacked up when the other person kills. It's just almost like we got it done.
Yeah. And when you killed that doe, I was like, hell yeah, man.
And we come down here to Missouri.
I asked Homie one more time. I'm like, is it a good buck? And he goes, yeah, real good, solid buck. I'm like, all right, boom. And the deer just drops. Sure. Super special to me.
Whitetail Legacy Podcast, bringing you back to the hunt and leaving a legacy. Baller Rut.
This is the Whitetail Legacy Podcast coming in your ear holes on a regular Wednesday. You haven't heard from us for like 2 days. We're not doing the daily podcast anymore. We are back to the normal Wednesday podcast. I'm kind of glad. A lot of work to put out a podcast every day like that. So a lot of work on Homie for sure, and just meeting up after we hunted and podcasting and all that was just a lot. So let's get into the people that make this possible, and we're going to get into the show today. Do you have the VIP Veteran Broadhead shout-out?
Yeah, this week's shout-out's going to be Gregory Hankins. Gregory served in the Army, and he did 2 tours overseas, totaling a total amount of time of 18 months away. So, Gregory, we appreciate your service and sacrificing to go overseas there and sign up and do the duty, man. We appreciate your family, and best of luck to you here.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Gregory. 18 months is a really, really long time. 17 days was a long time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
18 months is way too long. Do you have Exodus this week?
Yeah, we've got Magnum on a trek in video mode, and we've gotten some messages about that. So a lot of people are asking how much these cams cost and wanting to get some more information on them. The Trek is a $145 cam. Has 1080p video, and at 30 frames, it takes amazing pictures. Like we've always said on here, you know, that's what we love, those pictures the most out of the lineup there. So if you just want to think of it as basically a $100 cam, and then you're getting a 5-year warranty with that cam when you buy it, and you just buy a $40 warranty for it for 5 years on a trail camera. You know, when most cams are going to last you a solid year, 2, maybe 3 if you're lucky. So
we always lose 3 or 4 cheap cams.
Yeah, so
every year.
If you just look at it as, you know, you're getting that warranty, 5 years, no BS.
You have a guaranteed cam for 5 years.
Yeah,
so.
You know, it's going to be there and do its job.
Yep, that is for sure. HuntReminder.com. This is one of the newer guys that are wanting to run some ads for us. I got on their website. I actually joined up on this because Illinois is so weird. But one thing I really like about it is you can pick a species. So, like, if you wanted to go for blacktail next year, or you wanted to go for mule deer next year, it gives you every state that you're able to put in a point for. So, with me not knowing jack crap about out west, you know what I mean? I didn't really know what all states you could hunt mule deer out of state. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, in there, you can put a reminder of when you need to put points in, when a lottery's coming up for every state that has mule deer. You know what I mean? If a guy's like, I'm killing a mule deer next year no matter what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter what it takes. Hunt Reminder got you covered, and very soon, I think there'll be a discount code for the listeners coming through these guys. But like I said, I signed up just because of the pure fact that Illinois turkey tags, I buy them over the counter every year. It seems like
Yeah, right.
it's a disaster.
Last minute.
Yeah, so. Do you have next level?
Yeah, guys, just a reminder, winter's coming. It's going to be crucial to have that feed out there and be beneficial to the herd. You're going to be starting to have pregnant does coming around, and they're going to be needing all the nutrition that they can get. You're going to need them bucks to be recovering from the rut here pretty soon. So be sure to get into Next Level and get your order in there at nextleveldeer.com.
And finally, Last Breath TV, our buddies over there. Just first of all, a huge shout out to them for everything they did for us with this series. Grant, editing till I'm sure he edited late as hell to get those out and
Crazy
as fast as
amount of
he
time, I
did.
bet.
So if you guys haven't seen it, you can watch us kill on one episode and get our ass handed to us on another 3 over there on their YouTube at Last Breath TV. You got anything else over there?
No, just like you said, man, I appreciate them guys and Grant putting in the time to help us succeed and make this series play out in video form.
That is true. So like we said, that took a long time to get everybody intertwined together, and it's turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. A lot of people enjoyed it. We got a lot of more messages than we ever have gotten the past 2 weeks, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
pretty cool. A lot of people cheering us on and supporting us. So there's a huge thank you to all you guys for doing everything you do for us. Click that play button, watch the video, whatever you do. Hopefully we brought some excitement in the rut, and maybe you're out there getting your butt kicked too, so you didn't feel as bad.
Yeah.
But we're going to get in the show. We're going to break down these 17 days of hunting, not individually, but more as a group. We're big on here being like upfront, honest, no bullshit, kind of flaunt who we are, what we got going on. And we want to tell you where we messed up, what we would have done different, what we like that we did, kind of like an overall feel of everything. And then, I don't know, we'll go from there. But
Yeah.
that's kind of what we got going on. I know a lot of you listened. We had consistent download numbers like we'd never seen before, like the same, like 2 or 3 different
Yeah.
day to day, you know what I mean, which is insane. So you guys were tuning in every day and listening to us. So cannot thank you guys enough for all the support. And it was cool to get messages about, last day to chase the giant or something, you know what I mean? Or my brother-in-law was tuning in and he kept, asking me questions about what I had going on. So it's cool to get support from him, and the guys at work were listening, and pretty cool to have people close to you supporting what you got going on and listening and wanting us to do well. So, homie, you want to start it out, or you want me to rip it out first? I think we should start out with what we liked that we did. You want me to go, or you want to go?
I can go off,
Okay.
off
Go
that.
ahead.
We just knew going into this whole thing that it was going to be an assload of work, and we just had to be mentally prepared for the grind. And I think we were. I think we did a good job of that. And another thing is, like, if we needed to make a move, we weren't scared to make it, or we didn't pussyfoot around the edge. We were trying to be in the shit as much as we could be, no matter how much work it took. It's like we would sit there and maybe bitch about it for 10 minutes, like, oh man, it's so much work to get over there, but we did it. Like we didn't make a move because we were scared that it was gonna pressure the deer or bump a deer or just be flat out hard to get over there. We always were 100% in and committed to doing whatever it took to be successful, and that's one thing that like day 13, man, and you're tearing that stand down for the 15th or 16th time, whatever it was. That's hard, dude. But we did it, and that's something to look back and be proud of.
Yeah, for sure. You got anything else? Is
No,
that it?
I mean,
That's it? Things that I like that we did. I like that we were able to, to actually hunt all the days. It seems simple, but it's absolutely not simple to wake up on the 12th, 14th, 15th day at 4:30, and it's going to be 30-mile-an-hour winds, and you probably ain't going to see anything, and you still go. It's not easy at all. But I like that we were aggressive, like homie was talking about. We got in there. I also like that we were not assholes to the other people out there that were trying to get it done also. It's public land. You can literally go wherever you want. But we created friendships out there with a couple guys, and we kind of knew where they were hunting. And that was always in the back of our mind of, if this guy, one of them was gone most of the week. He's in the National Guard, and he got recalled for the election because they thought maybe there'd be mass riots or something, you know what I mean? And we kind of let him have the top, you know what I mean, where he liked to hunt. And I think that was the right thing to do. The guy, dedicated a whole week of the rut for something he can't even control, protecting us, doing the National Guard thing. So I think that was nice. We knew those other guys were hunting at South Ridge. We hunted close to there, but stayed out. We didn't hunt. They're not out there, and we want to be 25 yards from their stand, hanging hunting. We didn't do that. So I think we handled the dickwad guy decently.
Yeah.
That could have went way worse. I think we pulled cams and tried to make moves when we could. You know what I mean? Like, you never know when a buck shows back up over there, on the west side, and you're like, oh, well, he was there from the 7th to the, the 9th. He showed up on the 5th, so he's probably going to be there for 3 days. You know what I mean? So you can go in there and hunt him, So I think that if something would have happened like that, it'd have been a game changer, you know what I mean? But we pulled a bunch of cams during this. We always did it middle of the day, right wind, hot as hell. We always made sure no one else was in the parking lot when we went in.
Yeah.
Just all the extra stuff. And really during that heat, wasn't a lot of guys out there hunting anyways, especially noon. I like that when we went onto the other public, we weren't satisfied with, we see a couple stands, a cell cam. Well, they might not come in and hunt. You know what I mean? But did they hunt here the last 8 days, or we just tried to find our own spot where the deer weren't pressured? And it took a lot more work to do that, but I like that. And then I like that when we had shit that was important with our families, we took care of that. You know what I mean? So that's huge. I had a morning, you had a morning.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do that stuff. You know what I mean? When you got stuff, when you're not feeling it, when you feel like you need to be a dad, you gotta do that. So that's my rundown. I mean, I like that I made a good shot and the deer died real quick too.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
Super solid. We were worried about tracking a deer and that crap. And
right? Oh man,
crashed.
It could get hairy quick.
It could get real bad. The guy that was in the National Guard, he actually did shoot a buck and tracked it 800 yards through all that stuff, and I'm sure that was absolutely
I'm gonna say what he was describing
brutal.
it as.
Yeah. So I mean, that could have been us. He hit a shoulder. Multiple people do it. You know what I mean? So we lucked out. I think we got the buck out. Our system to get the buck out, which we'd never done, worked really good.
Yeah.
We weren't really sure on that. It was just an idea I had, like, oh, this will work. Could have been an absolute disaster. But now if I ever have to get a deer out of there anywhere like that, that's the only way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to start off with what you didn't like, or you want me to rip that first?
I might just take one or two here and then.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't like that we tried to go to a spot that we'd never hunted before. We both had not been back there. The time that I was there, I was in a hurry because it was late. I was trying to film stuff, and I just was pretty much scatterbrained in the whole moment. Looked over, seen the whole reason that we were back there was because there was a tree there that we thought we could hunt. I just looked over there. I didn't actually physically go over there and weenie bump the tree, you know what I mean? I wasn't that close to it, but I just got back there. I said, oh, yeah, we can get right in there, and then set up the cams, filmed what I needed to film, and tore out of there. And then the first day we're back there, and we find out we can't actually get into that tree. So that was my fault. I learned, you actually got to go over there, and I'm going to touch every tree that we think we can get in. And, it being public, there's a giant bush or a giant shrub tree that's probably in the way that, I didn't even, when I looked over there, when I was there that night, man, I was like, oh, it's perfect. It's right here. It's 18-yard shot, money. And so that was just something I had learned, trying to think of what else I didn't like. You go ahead and all?
So we had our main property. We were putting a lot of eggs in one basket on this thing, guys. Last year, absolutely insane. Really, really solid place to hunt. You know what I mean? So this year, not so much. Everybody's story, hot weather, more pressure, blah, 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 blah. Guys hunting on the back a bunch on the private. Guys on the private killed an assload of bucks last year. I didn't like that we put all the eggs in there. We knew Magnum was in there, so we knew we were going in there no matter what. But I don't like that we put a shitload of hunts in on spots where we could kill Magnum and not where we thought we could kill a decent deer. You know what I mean? I felt like everything was based on, is he going to be here? Is he going to be here? Is he going to be here? You know what I mean? So if we were hunting in an area, and if a decent buck came by, I was going to get shot. But we were hunting in an area that we knew he would going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. I didn't like that our second, third, and fourth backup spots, we were going off intel from 5 years ago. We did not go in there, did not run a cam on that. We put all so much effort and like an insane amount of work.
90% of our summer was.
Yeah, in one spot. And that was our biggest mess up with the whole entire thing. Because we've said it multiple times, stuff can change real quick out there. There were shooter bucks there. Don't get me wrong. There was plenty of shooter deer there.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, in the back, we went back there, pulled cams twice, and didn't hunt back there. And the bucks were nocturnal, even during the rut. I know the heat had a huge factor. I understand that. And we did see a couple shooters back there. You know what I mean? But the people on the private had to put a herding on these deer. They were driving four-wheelers out there every day. They were hunting on bad winds.
Had a tractor out there multiple days.
They had a tractor out there. I don't know what they were doing, hauling deer out or what they were doing back there. This is a very well-managed piece of property, food plots all over the place, shotgun blinds, muddy box blinds everywhere. We can see 5 from our stand, you know what I mean? And huge piece is like almost $3 million. So I don't know how many people were hunting. I don't know anything about it, you know what I mean? So we had these other pieces where we were almost successful the very first hunt. We seen some other deer. We knew there was good bucks in the area, plenty of bucks on.
Yeah.
We literally had zero intel going into any of those spots. Literally, if we would have just drove through the parking lot, we'd have seen that they were logging there, and we would have known. We just banked on, we got to get set up, let's go, instead of just, all right, maybe we should have blocked it off into sections. Like, one day we're going to hunt the south. If it looks good, we'll like it, we'll hunt it more. One day we're going to hunt the north. Okay, this was crap. We need to tear down. Tomorrow we need to go over here. I feel like we hunted the same area, you know what I mean, even though we were having iffy results.
Mm-hmm. And
then when we went back, we hunted the same area twice. You know what I mean, when I feel like we could have made a move and it would have been completely different, you know what I mean? Or I had no intel in that spot at all, you know what I mean? And then the fourth property we didn't even hunt.
No.
So there's a lot of stuff that could have been done better there. It's just, hindsight's 20/20. Everybody says that, but when you're banking on one spot, I literally bought 2 buck tags because I didn't want to go back to Casey's because it was so good last year.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how fire this place was, and we put zero pressure on it, just banking on it being absolute fire.
Just as good, yeah.
You know what I mean? So we were like, everything's prepped from last year. Trees are prepped. We got to hang our stands. We know where we're going. We know where we put the cams. We're running mobiles back there. We ain't got to mess with them. We already learned that downfall. You put the cams up. The bucks are there. We had some repeat bucks, but we didn't have those random bucks. And we had it was probably the heat. I mean, we had 9 days to hunt there, and 7 of them were hot. You know what I mean? So, but man, it was tough. And then my final mess up that I did not like was we were in an area, we seen Magnum there, then we killed there, and then we left. For some ungodly reason, we went back up to top where we hadn't had good luck.
Yeah, we went to the back. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we didn't have good luck. And we knew that no one was seeing anything in the evenings. We were like, man, this spot is terrible for evenings. We never gave it a really good, like, cold weather hunt evening. So I feel like we were in the spot. We were in the zone of where we needed to be. And then we were like, man, it's probably better up there. And we left. So I hated that. Thinking back, I'm like, why? We had 2 trees there we could get into for different winds. We could have went further down the road and got back in there in the back where we were going to set up. Could have made something work down there. We could have went over there to the backside of the hot corner and been in that area. You know what I mean? We went completely away from it, banking on what we're not seeing right now, banking on stuff that happened last year.
Last year in cams.
You know what I mean? So we're just banking on.
We have way more intel of up top.
Yeah.
We don't have hardly any intel.
Just hunting down there.
We
got a few cams down there.
One cam, but it's not in the right spot now.
Yeah. And we had some intel what was down there, but we hunted down there. That's the only place that we had close encounters with deer.
Yeah, good hunts.
You know what I mean? So we had does coming through there, very few does on the top.
Yeah.
So I just felt like that was our biggest downfall of why we weren't successful out there again. It's because we left that spot. You know what I mean? We didn't give it a good enough try. And it's hard when you're thinking, man, over the hill, it's on. You know, we're just missing it. We're sitting here, we're not putting the work in. But when you're in the spot, and then we know Magnum went back through there at some point that day. They said they seen an absolute giant go through there.
Mm-hmm.
Then they seen 3 other shooters down there chasing. And we would have been right in the mix of all that. We sat there in the morning. We seen 2 shooters on the other side. The other morning on a different wind, they picked the other ridge like the does did.
Yeah.
Done deal. You know what I mean? So we ended up going back there again the last morning, and had one of the best hunts out there for shooter deer. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in deer numbers. So we knew then we were like, shit.
We just need one more day.
Just need one more day down here. And we had that if we wouldn't have went to the top. You know what I mean? So that I feel like that was a huge mess up. Even when we were out on the edges hunting, messing around, we should have been in there.
Should have been right there, yeah.
Yeah. Southwest, we could have hunted where you encountered Magnum, not messing anything up.
Yeah.
Would have been perfect. We could have hunted that back ridge. All you needed was one morning there to see, a buck went into that oak flat over there. Shit, let's go try that oak flat. That's money for Southwest. Easier to get into, kill the next day. You know what I mean? So we seen deer over there every time we sat there. You know what I mean? So we just didn't give that enough effort. You know what I mean? And now we know for next year, but hell, that's a long ways away, and shit could change. There could be 2 stands over there next year. You know what I mean? So when you are seeing stuff happen, you got to jump on it, and that's what we did on my buck. We seen a buck go down a certain trail, we moved on it, I killed the next day. You know what I mean? So homie's like, we got to be here, I killed. You know what I mean? So that was good, but us not staying there, that was, I don't know what the hell we were thinking. Just like I said, just thinking that shit's better somewhere else, and then going to the other property when the stuff could have been set up down there. And down there isn't near as bad as back in the back. I feel like if we would have went down there, we could have made it a little easier. It would have been way easier on us. You know what I mean? Especially if we were just bouncing between 2 or 3 trees down there instead of carrying. If you're in the hot corner, and then you're in the tree I killed in, and then you're in the tree you counter Magnum, that's not a lot of hills and going through the hot corner to set up and all that crap we did. You know what I mean? So
you just drag your stand over, set it down,
200 yards,
pick her up in the morning.
Yeah, set her down, pick her up in the morning, done deal. You know what I mean? So that's what we should have done. Thinking back, what's your take on the whole dealio?
It's a lot harder than you think about going into it, and I mean, I'm glad you killed that buck. If we didn't have a kill and we did all that, I mean, it would be almost devastating. Just overview, man, is hunting 16 days sounds awesome when it's preset, when it's private land, when you know what the deer are doing, when you're out there and you're chasing a mega and you're bouncing back and forth and you're just trying to, because one day we were ahead, we were a step ahead of him, and that was when we encountered him. So we're trying to get a step ahead of him again and again, and you're just game planning, and it wears on you more than you do when you're talking about it in July. When you're in the moment and you're thinking about, all right, he could show up here anytime, and you're just trying to be in the right spot and make sure you have shooting and make sure everything's right. So if it does happen, and that's something that I didn't think about going in, is like, we're going to be game planning literally 90% of the time in a tree for the next hunt or the next hang. What are we going to be doing? And other than that, I wasn't ready for it to be hot. I knew it was going to warm up, but I mean,
the day we encountered Magnum 76, when we were carrying that shit around.
Yeah,
that's the day that crushed me.
Yeah, I mean, there's moments just like that. It's like dragging your buck out was good, but the next day, and even that time that you just said there, absolutely just getting destroyed. And everyone's like, "Well, you just seen a 190." Yeah, but we're on day 9. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're deep in the heart of it now, and then you killed. Okay, yeah, we're coming back up, but we were so damn low, the up didn't get us up. If I'd have killed the next day or something, then we would have been cush.
Yeah.
But just how much that trying to game plan and then the physical work of doing what you're game planning about really just wears on you. And I am proud of the fact that we didn't quit. We didn't stop. Even against, the heat and slow hunts, and, we could have just said, screw it. But it was an experience, and I can say I'm probably not going to go 16 days on public strictly again. But I was definitely glad to have you there with me, and that made something to look forward to on them slow days, is be able to chit chat with you and have fun doing that. Yeah, that's kind of the overview I got.
Right on. Yeah, my overview is the amount of work, the waking up and stuff. I knew that was going to be hard. I understood that. I've done multiple all-day sets before, chasing big deer. The amount of land that we had was the challenge, I think. That's something that I wasn't prepared for, to have so many options. Most of the time I'm hunting a very small piece, and you got one wind, you got very few options. You know what I mean? So I was not prepared to have 100 different trees you could get into. You know what I mean? In an area where you could potentially kill them. That's what goes back to the game plan part of it. We did all the work that we could. I feel really solid about that. Everybody's there's like a few different types of people. There's people that are really into deer hunting, and then there's people that like kind of go deer hunting every now and then. You know what I mean? So I feel like most of our audience are like the guys that are really into it, so they understand what you got going on when you start the game plan back in July of what you're gonna do. And okay, 2 years ago I had them on this tree, and I'm going to get everything staged up, ready, shooting lanes. Maybe I'll throw a food plot in them, get them to stop for 3 seconds. Maybe I'll put a scrape over here to get them to stop. I'm going to have this backup stand in case the wind is out of the east, or we had southeast and southwest winds for 10 days.
Yeah, a lot.
You know what I mean? I wasn't ready for that at all. So that was a huge mess up for me. We were on the fly of, well, how are we going to hunt him on a southeast or a southwest? Because we were banking on November, west, northwest, southwest, bullshit. You know what I mean? And you might have 2 days of southwest or something, but we could do it there. We could still do it. South, north, or southeast and east and southwest for 10 days. You can't hunt the same tree for 10 days. This is impossible. So, that was a huge mess up. But overall, I feel really good about what we did, what we accomplished. We act like we weren't successful, but we did it. We were successful. We got a buck out of there. You see me in the video. I say we did it. You know what I mean? I shot the damn deer, but I didn't. It wasn't all me. It was we did it. You know what I mean? So I feel really good about that. I feel like when we were the only truck there for 7 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's because of the heat. And then there might be like one on the way out for an evening hunt or something. Guides leaving at 9, and we're out there setting the stand till 12:30. Then we're getting down for 30 minutes, moving, and I feel really good about that. Like I said, I think we did everything, and we encountered the deer that we were out there, and a deer that moves 3 miles in a day. We have visual proof of 3 miles in a day, like for no reason. So definitely a roamer of a deer. I do not want to go back there and hunt that piece. It has crushed my soul. Those last days we were there, it wasn't fun at all, really.
No, it's no fun.
So, I mean, I just wanted you to kill, so bad. I was just going in there.
We had just put so much time and effort. And
you just want to force it to happen.
Yeah, you're just out there trying to make it happen. And, I mean, that's all we were doing out there. We didn't look forward to going out there. We didn't look forward to the work that we had to do to get to where we wanted to be. And it was literally zero fun.
Yeah, the last few days were zero. We were talking about it
it sucked.
We just ain't having. Yeah, it just absolutely sucked. I mean, we would see a shooter, and it wouldn't even get us amped up to be like, okay, yeah, they're still moving, nothing like that. It was just, and I think it was just a compound of waking up, driving, biking out, driving, podcasting, worrying about delivering film, separating film for you, uploading this. Now we're back up again. We only seen the kids for 2 hours. That wears on you. You're eating like shit. Mm-hmm. You're still losing weight somehow. You know what I mean? I know it's been a couple days and I was thinking about it. I know I was out there day 5 and there's no one else out there. I'm like, me and homie are literally the only people on a giant ass piece right now. There's 7 million, how many people in the United States, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't even know how many people. So, but we're the only 2 dudes out there. You know what I mean? And multiple people that could hunt this piece, only 2 dudes out there. So, looking back, I was like, it's going to be memories that you're never going to forget. You're going to look back, and it's going to be super cool in a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to be like, oh, day 7. Remember that? That was bullshit. You know what I mean? And there's definitely highs that you remember forever, and there's lows that you remember forever. And then there's, I'm just really glad we didn't have a missed shot or a bad shot or something to really there's nothing really to tarnish the memory of the whole entire thing, just other than being dog shit tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's that type 2 fun or whatever people talk about when it's, oh man, it was actually pretty sweet out there when you're getting ripped by your boss or some bullshit or doing some bullshit stuff at work. You're like, man, I wish I'd go back to day 14.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know that's coming. It's already setting in a little bit, and we're up at 4:30 in the morning driving down the road. Not a car out there. Just me and homie out there. There's no one else alive. Homie's the only people I literally did nothing besides hunt I was like, I've stopped at Casey's like 2 times in 2 weeks. I stop there every day. Casey's is like my go-to. You know what I mean? I stopped there 2 times in 2 weeks. I just didn't do anything besides hunt, eat, poop, and sleep.
Literally get out of the tree. I got gas, I think, 1 time.
Yeah.
And that was it.
So, I mean, it just absolutely blow your mind. I thought 2 weeks would go by faster. Seemed like a long-ass time out there.
Yeah, dude, it's a half a month,
It
man.
seemed like
it's a long-ass
time. So, but
I thought like day 9 would come quicker, and then like day 9 to the end would go slower.
yeah,
Which, I mean, it did. But
we were just moving so much at that point.
Yeah.
We were on like our 3rd property, day 9, like every different location you could hunt on that piece, and just scouting and pulling cams and just always doing something around deer, you know what I mean? And then these last 2 days, they were like you were humble, but then they really wanted to make you humbled. They wanted you to just get you out there, get you ass wet, soaked, windy, cold, feel that sting on your face of like, I feel you, man.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Still out here.
Nature kicked my ass, you know what I mean? So all in all, I'm satisfied as hell for how it went out. I think the video turned out well that we killed in, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Magnum encounter turned out well. And just a huge shout out to Last Breath for helping us do that and save these memories for us. I haven't listened to any of these podcasts. So I'll be listening to them on the way to work and stuff, and listen to myself whine and complain. I know there's a lot of guys out there like, damn, these guys are just hunting, like, you know, and we get it. And then we got plenty of messages. You should be happy to even see that caliber of deer. You know what I mean? And not everybody's seeing 190s in Illinois, guys.
No.
And not everybody is seeing 190s consistently year after year after year in Illinois, or encountering giant booner deer. Not very few people are. You know what I mean? I know a lot of hunting buddies that have never even seen a 190 or a booner. You know what I mean? So we understand how grateful we are. But what a lot of people don't understand is the amount of work I put in to find these deer. They're just not like, oh, shit, there's a 190 on this property. No. There's a reason I'm there. It's not because I don't know what the hell is there. You know what I mean? If I'm hunting a property, there's a big deer on it. A really big deer. More than likely. Unless it's some bullshit private piece that I have to be on. You know what I mean? Because that's all I got.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, there is some absolute epic summer Snapchat videos that I got saved. Just absolutely getting the shit kicked out of me out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why we just kept pushing, is because we had days like that in the summer.
Yeah.
We just knew if we just pushed in the summer that it would hopefully pay off right now.
Yeah.
And
I just kept telling homie, I said, how many times in your life are you going to be able to hunt a 190 plus deer?
yeah.
Anywhere. As a normal guy like you are, kids, you're not going to be able to own a giant piece that you're going to be able to manage, 300-400 acre piece that you're going to be able to grow ultimate giant deer. You're not going to be able to hunt 25 different little pieces where you can run a bunch of cams. This is right. We understand this is right now. You know what I mean? And I said it multiple times. We're going in after 190 plus, dude. Let's send it. You know what I mean? Let's rip. So that's what we did. We ripped all we could rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My ripper is done. My back hurts. I'm tired. I'm wet. I'm ready to go back to work. Legitimately ready to go back to the railroad and just railroad it up for a while. But the guns come out. I looked today. I only got 2 bullets. 2 slugs. I was like, dang.
Been out there killing with a gun, bro.
I'm like, I don't buy a lot of slugs, you know what I mean? But damn, I like 2? I'm like, I should have like 2 boxes in here.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to, they're all sold out right now, I guarantee it.
Oh.
A week away.
Yeah.
Everything's
Gone.
gone. So I got 2 bullets going into the season, guys. It's going to be awesome. But,
I don't even know what you shoot.
Oh, I got a unique load, bro. Real unique.
All right.
I shot like 7 different slugs to my gun and figure out what shoots the best. And I won't shoot anything besides these just because I'm absolutely hammering deer with them.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, proved that last year. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So Freeze is absolutely smoked.
Yeah.
Other bucks absolutely smoked. I'm like, yeah, I'm solid.
Yep.
But I'm excited for gun season next weekend. I mean, it's coming up quick.
It's gonna be super fast.
Boys are jacked. I'm gonna try to get the boys out on a morning or an evening or something. The 2-year-old's been really wanting to go. That's gonna be
That's gonna be
a
sweet.
disaster. That's what that's gonna be. But a forked horn comes out, he's gonna be like, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, buck.
Yeah,
I'll be like, I'm not shooting. But looking forward to that. Some reason there's been some shooters on that little piece of private recently, and we still got a lot of season left.
I'm gonna say there's a lot to look forward to this coming weekend. You know, with the heat, we're talking about the amount of does that probably didn't get bred that first time. Bucks locked down, coming off of that. Hopefully up searching, and it's gonna be decent weather.
Yeah.
For it's gonna be mid 40s, almost 50 one day, but still have some decent weather. Chance of rain. Last I looked, but should be a lot better than last shotgun season last year.
Yeah.
For us, so. There is some optimism. We just need a couple days of getting our ass kicked at work to be back to the way we normally are.
Yep. So it feels like season's over for some reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just keep telling myself, I'm like, I got one buck tag left, and I got a long ways to go. You know what I mean? So we got plenty of time to try to kill. We're not done yet. We appreciate you guys listening to us. Hopefully you maybe learned something from this series, or you just were entertained or something, you know what I mean? But we really appreciate you guys following along. If you want to listen to us talk every week about deer, and most of the time other people that are more knowledgeable than us get on here and teach us how to hunt because we need it, click that subscribe button wherever you're at, and follow along. Every Wednesday, 11 a.m., we're going to be ripping them. Not sure right now, but there could be a lot of changes coming up in the near future.
Yeah, right? Could
So,
be.
All right, guys, we love you. Always do the right thing. Leave a legacy, and Whitetail Legacy is out.